Hello everyone, I am Glow, and today I'm going to be showcasing you Discard Dragon. This deck actually made a return in this mini expansion because it actually has a decent matchup into Buff Dragon. Um, to start off with, the game plan is still pretty much similar. You try to ramp up as much as you can while maintaining the discard count so you can have Lumiere active by the time you reach Lumiere's turn. And to add on, like the cherry on top of this deck is the new addition to this deck called Degenerate Dragon. Why? Because Degenerate Dragon can change a cost of a follower and a spell into zero, and you get to combo Lumior and Journey to the Past in this deck. That's the reason why you would see this card. Because you can potentially have two Lumiors on the board and just doing a lot of damage. Um, Mer Manager is really strong because it allowed this deck to have heal, which is something that Buff Dragon actually does not do well against. So it's pretty cool that this card exists now. Generally that's the idea of how the deck should go. Let's get to a game, shall we? Alright, first game. We are up against Buff Dragon. Keep in mind that this is just a replay from like the games that I was testing the deck with, and yeah. Basically, I'm going to showcase you how my thought process is during the turn, and explain to you how this goes as we play. First off, my opponent opens up with the Gunbane, just has a buff immediately. I played a Drizzile because I know this matchup is not like something you would need a Drizzile in, so the hand's not looking good. I don't really like this hand, but then I drew this, so I kinda just got lucky. Discarding the Lumiere here is a bit risky, but I would like to take the risk because I'm also going second with Worm Blessing in hand already. So then I would be at 5 play point, I can play Asuka Shiori, and I would be able to play double, and then I can get an Arcante going. Fortunately, he's playing pretty slow. He didn't get the turn 3 high roll. So I get to just have a free blessing. Alright, so this is where I think the match should be looking quite scary for the other side of the opponent. Because they have a lot of buffs already, and their board is pretty impressive. But we did demonstrate earlier that we were going to Asuka Shiori here. Yeah. Uh, just keep in note that you can always discard the Journey to the Past, because Journey to the Past is not necessarily your win con. It can somewhat break your hand, so keep that in mind. Yeah. So yeah, he plays Kyrie to Gunbane. Continuing, just continuing to like buff his deck. Just advancing his game plan, and just trying to advance the board. And now comes our turn 7. This is where I say that if you look at our discards, it's not looking too great. Because right now I don't have a Lumiere in my hand, and I don't have a I don't have anything ready. So in this case, I would try to just ramp up to 10, but I'll play more manager here, so that because I'm already at 9 play point. If you notice, I'm already at 9 play point, and I just need to draw into a Lumiere to get it active. And this is why Mer Manager is so strong, because it allows you to just get 2 discards off the bat, and oh, whole there it is. The Lumiere is here, and we are ready for the first wave of what Lumiere damage. Alright. He plays Striker into Lorca Rider. Okay. So now this turn, it should be pretty explanatory that Lumiar is coming into play now. So I think let's let this turn play out. So in this situation, there is a consideration for you to keep this Journey to the Past, because right now, what you can aim for is you can play Lumior, make sure there's only 3 things on the board, and so that the Journey to the Past will always resummon a Lumior. That's also assuming that you drew another Lumior, so keep that in mind. It's not always gonna work. And besides, we haven't seen the Degenerate Dragon yet, so we can't really determine the play. Yeah, at this point, we don't really need the Draziel anymore. So, yeah. I was just maximizing healing here, and I got Lumior, so that's pretty good. And because of this play, I can actually reach back up to 20, which is not something what Buff Dragon wants to deal with. Buff Dragon always wants to chip damage. This is why this deck is really strong into Buff Dragon, because you can just heal back up. Comes to Joe. Alright. And he clears my board. Yeah, sure. Anyways, I am at 4 HP. So the amount of healing that we did, considering he has played 2 strikers, mattered the most, because we would not be alive. We would be -2 right now. So yeah, this deck really beats up a Buff Dragon, so you should really consider it if you're gonna try to climb in this mini expansion. So yeah, comes the Lumiere combo. We don't need to Journey to the Past anymore because we have lethal this turn. So we play Lumiere into Argente and into Lilium. And just make sure you don't discard the creation. And yeah, that is game 1 of this video. Alright, so this is game 2. We will be playing against Heel Haven, actually. So the game plan pretty much stays the same. We are going to try to just ramp up as much as possible while maintaining the discard count. While Hill Haven tries to establish board. The key point to this matchup is to make sure that you get enough discards by the time you reach Lumiere, so then you can at least clear the board every single time they try to make one. They started out pretty aggressive with the Pure Flower Maiden, but we still have to just follow through our game plan. Yeah, Verdilia comes in, which is pretty annoying, because now you have to deal with a 3-3 in an early game against Haven and a Lu, which this board is pretty scary. Anyways, at this point I needed to challenge the board, so I just discarded the Mermaid. I did not play anything else because obviously there's no reason to. Like, if I play Creation, it doesn't really help anything. So I needed to make sure I'm stabilizing in the board a bit. But he's playing the evolved variant of this deck. So he's playing the 8 Playpoint Legend. I don't really remember his name. Yeah. It's very interesting. Top deck another Asuka Shiori, which is kind of funny. So I just... yeah, I went for it. You should really be careful on like whether you want to go for this. But this board is surprisingly dangerous. But right now, I have a Draziel in my hand, so I am basically just kind of chilling. Because I can at least... if he plays Alluvia, it actually is pretty scary, because the board would be very big, but then I would just play a Draziel and the board's gonna be gone. So yeah. And besides, we're right now currently at the one discard out of four, so we still need to advance the game plan. But yeah, I killed a Pure Follower Maiden here because I don't want to give him draw. You would think killing Lu or the Verdilia is important, but Pure Follower Maiden is probably the more important part of this situation because of how his hand size is. So yeah. Fortunately, he didn't have the Alluvia, so it was we were very much chilling here. But yeah, plan is still the same. We're gonna slam down Draziel. Yep. And right now, there was a consideration from me to try and pre-evolve this guy, because it would be a 7-10 instead of a 5-8. But 5 attack is already awkward enough for Haven because Alluvia is a 5-5 on evolve. So it doesn't really help them in the sense to just evolve and like try to trait over this Draziel. And because it's a 5-8, it stays alive by 3 HP. So it's not easy to clear a Draziel even without an evolve. But with an evolve, it would be a 7-10. He would actually have to like buff it like 3 times to even just stay alive. But then the Draziel actually just doesn't get removed. So yeah, but sometimes you don't really have to like pre-evolve like that. So yeah, keep that in mind that it was actually a consideration. And anyways, he's been a bit unlucky because he didn't get his Alluvia at all. Oh, there it is, the Apostle. There, that's the card. Because he played a relatively slow turn, and this is just a free turn for Dryan. Right now, you can try to just ramp up and everything. So yeah. You don't need to journey to the past, so keep that in mind. And I'm just making sure that we can reach 10 play point and making sure that we can get 4 discards right now because of the Mer Manager once again being really good at advancing our count. This was a mistake. I thought I was at 10 play point. I thought I can play the Irma, but no. Apparently not. So yeah, don't do that. Alright, out comes the John, the most broken Haven card right now. But it's not a strong board whatsoever. Cause like if you look at this board, you're like, oh yeah, this pretty free. We can deal with this. I'm at 15 HP, which is not comfortable to be sitting at, but yeah. We can still deal with it. So right now we just start the turn. Lumior discards 2. Then we can get to Argente. We can discard the Mer Manager to make sure that we heal 3. Because right now, if at the end of this turn, I will be healing to 20. Which is okay. Especially since they have no Alluvia, they can't really do much about me being in 20 HP, so yeah. And notice that I made sure there's only 3 followers. This is so that the journey to the past does not get bricked off. So I can just like Degenerate Dragon, Journey to the Past, and then Lumior, and then I just do the combo. Alright, now he's doing... Currently he's just doing the Apostle. Which was kind of scary because it kept hitting my face. If he didn't whiff at all, he actually would have won. So yeah, Degenerate Dragon, we select the Lumior and the Journey. We play the Journey, we'll summon another Lumior. I was thinking of making some board space, so I decided to trick the Songstress, and then I can play Lumior. And then, after the Lumior, we can play Augit. which I'll admit that I just did top deck it. So yeah, this is the new combo that Discard Dragon has, and that's game two. Now here we are with game three. This is actually a Discard Dragon mirror that ended in a bit the weirdest way possible. So yeah, early game obviously same thing. I'm just trying to make sure that I ramp up, especially since I'm going second. I need to make sure that I really ramp up quite faster than him. That's good that I got Oracle on two. Draziel is not important in this matchup because it's a mirror. Yeah, we're both just playing Oracle on two. You know, casual things that Dragon players, you know. Anyways, he starts his third with the Argente. I still decide to just make sure that I'm just ramping. But this is a very aggressive start from my opponent, while I am here just trying to make sure that I have all the things sorted. Top decking the Mer Manager here is pretty huge because I actually get to play my Argente for the damage. And not the damage, I mean the draw tree. I mean, my bad. Yeah. I mean, look at it in my hand. It's pretty strong. I've had 3 discards already for my Lumior, so we're looking like in a very good position. While my opponent is just establishing all his Liliums possible, which is quite scary because Discard Dragon is known to have an OTK back then, so, and Lilium was the reason why it existed. But yeah, as long as you're just ramping, you're doing good. And here it kind of whiffed the 50-50, but whatever. And there I'm just fusing to make sure that I'm not burning an important card. And so yeah, he was the first one to start the Degenerate Dragon, so yeah, but he was using this, I don't know why, Venomaw, which is really interesting in a Discard Dragon deck. I was actually scared that it hit something important, but it didn't hit anything that important. It did hit my Degenerate Dragon, if you see it, and the Journey to the Past. I couldn't really like exactly do it now, but there was no reason to do it now, so it was actually pretty scary. But it didn't hit my Lumior, it didn't hit my Argente. It did, however, hit my creation, which I was kind of bumped with because, you know, obviously it was just made to 0 cost. So yeah. At this point of the game, we don't need Irma. Irma is pretty much just unusable. And yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that we can clear the board every time. And right now, I only have 3 followers from my Journey to the Past, so I don't really have much right now. I don't know why he's playing this card. I am surprised myself when I saw it, but yeah, he's playing a very unique Discard Dragon deck. Anyways, this turn, I think, yeah, there's just not much I can really do other than play Degenerate Dragon into Journey, and then just hope that this got just hope that this board is enough. I'm just making sure the Journey to the Past is still here as an option for next turn, because right now in this situation, if you look at my hand, I have 2 Augits, and if Journey to the Past somehow revives the Lumior, you would be able to actually start the combo and get the combo going. Obviously, it's not guaranteed that it's lethal, so yeah, just keep this as an option. If you're in a situation where you don't really have another Lumiere in your hand, you're like, oh no, what do I need to get out of? And you can use the Journey to the Past as an option to get back a Lumiere. And he's playing his own Lumiere, which is very scary in this situation. But keep in mind that this matchup, you have to play around how your deck size looks like. Because right now, he's at 5 deck size, and I'm at 9. So I can't exactly be drawing that much card. And August deals 6 damage, so it's not really strong right now. And I was kind of hoping, because I think I still had another Lumiere in the deck. So I was kind of hoping to draw it with this Oracle, which I did not, and drew another Oracle, which was kind of unfortunate. So I just went ahead and just played Journey, I think. Yeah. I went ahead and just played Journey. Got the Lumiere, which is pretty lucky, and the Degenerate Dragon. So I got really lucky here. I was hoping that this was the Mermaid, because if it was if Argente was the Mermaid, I would be able to heal too, but I didn't. So yeah. And then just played August. At this point, you don't need Degenerate Dragon. There is still the Lumiere that was still in my deck. And you know what's the scary part? I can't even clear his Lumiere. And this game looks pretty doomed in this situation. But you need to remember that this deck plays around your deck size. So, right now, he's at 4 deck size. I would be dead into an August Worm Hardcast, but he didn't have it. So, his only option is to somehow get through this Degenerate Dragon and deal enough damage to me. I am healing 2 because of the Lilium's hatchling, so I'm at 7 HP. So he needs exactly 4 discards, which he will be drawing more cards than him discarding. So yeah, started off with the Mermaid into Mermaid. I'm at 3 HP, and he couldn't play an Argente there, because if he played an Argente, he would be overdrawing, and he would actually just lose the game. So, yeah. And that's Discard Dragon. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any questions whatsoever, please leave a comment. I will try my best to answer your questions. See you in the next video.